Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Heart Bunch this month. We are super excited to be talking to you today from USU Extension, Health Extension Advocacy Research and Teaching Initiative. This month is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, and we thought it would be really important to come and talk to you about ways that you can get involved and the way that you can be the one to help somebody throughout this month and beyond. So we wanted to just show you briefly some important National Suicide Prevention Month links and some extra links that you can visit on your own time after our video. We welcome you to look at these and pause and go to these websites as well. And I want to start us off with talking about being the one to ask the question and talk to someone, because we have so much stigma, and be the one to break down that stigma and ask the question. There's a lot of stigma around mental health and talking about suicide. It's okay to ask and say, hey, are you feeling suicidal? Are you feeling upset? Let's talk. It's okay, right? A lot of stigma keeps people from getting the help that they need and keeps them from getting to the services that can really help them. And so we're going to talk a lot about different ways to do this, and I'm going to pass it to Tim to get us started.
So we're going to talk about Be the One To. It's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline's message for the month and beyond. We want you to spread the word and actions we can all take to prevent suicide. The Lifeline Network and its partners are working to change the conversation from suicide to suicide prevention to actions that can promote healing, help, and give hope. Now I'll send it to Marin.
So one of the best things you can do, like Ashley said, is don't worry about how you're going to be perceived, and don't worry about stigma, and just ask the question. And there's so many ways to do this. You can ask in a less direct way. You could start easing in, saying, have you been unhappy lately? Maybe have you been so unhappy that you're thinking about ending your life? You can ask it that way if you're worried about somebody. Or you can go more direct, and you can just say, I've noticed this going on, and I'm wondering if you're thinking about suicide. Now, I'll mention a way not to ask the question. You don't want to ask, like, you wouldn't be so stupid as to kill yourself, would you? Right? We don't want to introduce stigma. We don't want to make it seem like they're an idiot if they're thinking about suicide. So as long as you ask with care and concern for the person, the research tells us that it's fine to ask the question. It actually reduces their anxiety and their worry about this problem of potentially committing suicide that they've been pondering, and they're more likely to open up, and they're more likely to get the help they need if someone takes the time to ask the question. So it's that simple. All you have to do is ask. Matea, did you have something to share?
Yeah, so I, like many other people, have been personally impacted by suicide. And I think one of the tips that most resonates with me is just being there for people. I know that in my own personal experiences, trying to be there for other people as they have struggled with their own mental health and contemplated suicide, taking the time to just exist with another person, letting them know that you're there to listen, that you are judgment-free, that you can empathize and understand the challenges that they're going through. You're not trying to solve their problems or tell them what to do. You're just listening. You're being there with them as they're going through those struggles. And I think when people recognize that they have a network and they have other individuals that will just exist with them, listen to them, or sit in silence with them, or do activities that will really kind of help them through that time, it can really help people kind of take that next step to get the support that they need to seek out the services and treatment that they need. Gabby, do you have any tips for us?
Yes. So I would like to share to be the one to keep them safe. And, like Matea also shared, I also have a couple of friends and who have committed suicide over the years. And so I just think back to how the things that they had available to them, if they weren't available, would that have changed the course of their life? So be the one to keep them safe, meaning that, you know, if you make lethal means less available or less deadly, suicide rates can decline by that method, and then overall suicide rates do decrease. So, for example, if you have firearms in the house, you know, make sure that they're locked up, make sure that bullets and that this sort of stuff is maybe locked away in another cabinet, not in that firearm, or just don't have them in the house at all. Don't have them somewhere that's easily accessible. You know, think about things in those kinds of means, those kinds of things in that way. All right, and what about Tim? Bring it back.
Okay, thanks, Gabby, and thanks, everyone. Last thing we're going to speak about is just help them stay connected and check in. We talk about talking with people, and studies indicate that helping someone at risk create resources and individuals for support and safety can help reduce feelings of hopelessness and acts of suicide. So studies show just being there for someone can help save a life. So I've given you just some quick tips here. I hope you can follow them. Take care of yourselves and everyone. Resources will follow this last slide. And we appreciate you listening to us. This is the Heart Bunch, and we're glad to be here. Stay safe and be aware. Thank you.